his legs taken out from underneath. There's a try to Phil McKenzie, and Canada in front. Massive disappointment for Tonga, and this huge contingent of support, but what delight for the Canadians.
It's game on.
Tonight, mixed martial arts with mixed emotions, the inspiring story of Sanjeev Sharma.
Following in the footsteps, Grizzlies forward Ryan Francis has big shoes to fill.
And we're talking Canadian rugby in the sports cage. Yeah, fear the beard, it's game on.
Game On is brought to you by Jenner Chevrolet Buick GMC. Here for you and in your community on the Old Island Highway.
Hello and welcome to Game On, your Sunday night local sports fix. I would be Jeff, this fella is Paul, and we thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes, Jeff, we have a great show tonight. Rugby Canada captain Pat Riordan and the bearded wonder Adam Kleberger on the sports cage to talk a little World Cup.
Excited for that, plus a look at Victoria Grizzlies, a player whose grandfather is in the NHL Hall of Fame. But we start with a touching story of a local MMA fighter, Paul.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jeff. And Sanjeev Sharma has been training at Island MMA for about 5 years now and will be on the card for AFC 7. But just over a month ago, Sanjeev's father was killed in the Victoria Airport taxi tragedy. And Sharma is using mixed martial arts to help cope with the loss.
Sanjeev Sharma is one very tough man. Sure, he can hold his own when it comes to mixed martial arts, but just over a month ago, Sanjeev was dealt the toughest blow of his life. His father, Ramesh Sharma, a cab driver in the capital, was killed when a car jumped the curb at the Victoria Airport.
You know, you hear a lot, only the good die young, but you know, for the first time in my life, I actually understand what that means.
And while Sanjeev is still very much in the grieving process, he turned his focus to the mat.
You know, MMA is a way I keep my mind off things. When I'm in here, when I'm training, there's only one thing I'm thinking about, and it's kind of an escape from reality.
Along with taking care of his family, Sharma has taken over many of his father's duties since the passing, but mixed martial arts provides an outlet in what must be a very confusing time.
Kind of like it's a stress relief and kind of keeps me focused, keeps me in a routine, and it's just a way to focus on one thing, and when I'm in here, I'm thinking about this and nothing else.
I don't know if you know, anybody can really truly ever get over, you know, the circumstances of that. But what you can do is help yourself in the right kind of ways. Really using, you know, this outlet as the best relief, you know, and release that he can.
Sanjeev will take to the octagon on November 5th for AFC 7, and he knows his dad would be very proud of him for turning this negative into a positive.
There's a lot of things in my life where he was really proud of, and this was a big part of that, and he knew that when I was doing this, my mind was really set on just keep my life very positive.
And while Sanjeev will have lots of support at the fight, he will also have one special person looking out for him.
Honestly, everything I do, I think about what he'd be saying to me and advice that he always gave me, and from the littlest things to like things about training. I know if I told him I was fighting right now, he'd be like, all right, just be safe and remember to tell your mom this is your last one.
Very powerful stuff. We wish Sanjeev the best of luck November 7th at the fights at Bear Mountain Arena. I'll tell you, it must be just a tough time for the family.
Yeah, no kidding. A fighter in every sense of the word. All right, well, it was a very busy weekend on the local sports front and a very good weekend for the Victoria Royals.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Paul, not many people would have pegged the Victoria Royals to be leading the BC division in their first WHL season, but after a couple dramatic wins over the Kelowna Rockets this weekend, the boys in blue sit in first with 12 points on the season. Let's check it out. Game 1 of the two-game series when Friday night it was wild. The Royals down 5-2 midway through the second period. Things aren't looking good until Zane Jones finishes with authority, pulling Victoria back to within 2.
Nice work, Zane. Then in the third, the onslaught begins. First, Jones scores his second of the year from way out. Then Parksville's Kate Pilton gets stopped, but Jamie Crook notches the rebound.
Nice.
Evens the game at 5 with still plenty of time to go. But the Royals take a bad penalty, and when it looked like their luck might come to an end, Lucas Kralik steps out of the penalty box. Breakaway.
Nice.
He scores. That gives Victoria a 6-5 lead as they score 5 unanswered while out-shooting Kelowna 15-3 in the third to stage a 7-5 win.
Yes, but not done there, Paula.
No, they weren't.
The Cardiac Kids were back at it last night against Kelowna and once again trailing midway through the third. But fear not. The captain, Hayden Rintoul, stepped into the slot on the power play and snaps it home the tying goal and sends this game into overtime. And check out the silky smooth work of Mr. Kevin Sunder. Beauty pass to D-man Jesse Zergregan. He pops the water bottle with a great one-timer, and the Royals take 4 points from Kelowna. A wild weekend at the big rink on Blanchard.
Well, it was an exciting game. The group in there makes it exciting for the people, no question. I thought it was a pretty solid game from start to finish. I thought we started good, the energy was good, and I think we didn't have a lot of lulls throughout the game. The guys came to work tonight and were rewarded.
We just got to show up. You can see the big difference between when we're going and when we're not. And if we do that more consistently, we're going to have a really good year.
Meanwhile, semifinal Saturday in the BCFC as the first place VI Raiders hosted the fourth place West Shore Rebels to Caledonia Park. Undefeated Raiders wasted no time in this one. Score already 7-3, and Vancouver Island QB Jordan Yance gets to work with his big arm, airing this one out to Whitman Tamusiak. Check this out. He makes the great catch and shakes the tackle to get in for the major. Great catch, but a not-so-great celebration for the Mill Bay kid. Weird. It's 14-3 Raiders.
Sure, you heard about that. But the Rebels do not quit late first. Kat Todorovic is going to find Vinny Canada. He'll take it from there all the way to the house to make it a 14-10 game, and the Rebs right in the thick of it.
That didn't seem to phase the Raiders. Second quarter, Yance hands to Ashton Galloway, and Galloway is going to get away from everyone. Hightails it all the way to the promised land for another major for the black and red, and the Raiders led this game 35-10 at the break.
All right, let's jump to the second, and Yance will put it out of reach. Another long bomb to, you guessed it, Whitman Tamusiak. The kid is great. A second touchdown of the night, and this time, Paul, a better celebration as the Raiders go on to win this one. 49-17, the final, meaning the Rebel season is over. The Raiders will host the BCFC final next Saturday at Caledonia Park.
Oh, I thought it was a hell of a game, man. I thought West Shore brought it, and like I said all week, they always play their best football in the semifinals, and they're such a physical team, and we're lucky to get some points and make them pass the football, but I'm just really proud of how our guys responded, and it's playoff football, and all that matters is to win and get to the next game, and we're in the championship game again.
We got some darn good kids here, and they are coming here expecting to win, not just show up and give them a good game. So it's a disappointment for sure. I mean, we're going to get better, and we ain't going away, man. And I'll tell you right now, we get back here again next year, it'll be a different story.
Yes, sir. Good going. We will be at Caledonia Park next weekend as the Raiders host the BCFC championship game. Should be another beauty up in Nanaimo.
I would think nothing less. And all right, time to pay some bills here on the big show. But after a short break, we'll have a story on Victoria Royals Grizzlies forward Ryan Francis, who was quite the hockey family, Paul.
Yes, sir. And the bearded wonder himself, Adam Kleberger.
Look at that.
As well as Pat Riordan will join us in the Sports Cage to talk a little Canadian rugger. Don't go anywhere. More Game On coming right up.
Stay with us.
Imagine a place where food is grown naturally and prepared fresh, where secret homemade recipes create delightful, mouth-watering aromas, where local means family, community, generations. This is Vancouver Island. This is Country Grocer, proudly supplying the most natural, homegrown foods the island has to offer. Our shelves are brimming with wholesome local products. The island's finest, fresh to your table. Island owned.
Country Grocer.
Spankin' Sports in Victoria is your one-stop shopping headquarters for volleyball, soccer, and rugby. This is not just another sports store. Whether you're a player, coach, fan, or official, Spankit has the largest selection of footwear, jerseys, equipment, and accessories in all of BC. Other stores may be bigger, but no one has more selection. Look great, play hard. Spankit Sports. It's an attitude.
Taste Pops with Pringles cracker sticks. Crackers turned into tasty, crunchy, baked sticks.
Mmm.
Pringles cracker sticks. So delicious. Your mouth will be strangely attracted to them. Everything pops with Pringles cracker sticks.
How would you like to save up to $500 a year on your home phone line? Then call now or visit comwavetv.com and get your home phone line for only $14.95 a month. That's right, only $14.95 a month. Plus, get all your features free, including free voicemail, free caller ID, free call waiting, and much more. And you can keep your existing phone number. Why pay $40 or $50 a month for a home phone line when you can get the same crystal clear quality for only $14.95 a month? Plus, all your features free, including free voicemail, free caller ID, free call waiting. Want more? Call right now and you'll get 6 months absolutely free. That's right. Call now and get your home phone line for only $14.95 a month, all your features free, plus 6 months absolutely free. Call 1-866-279-1779. That's 1-866-279-1779. Limited time offer. Call now.
Well, welcome back to Game On, the best thing to happen to Sunday TV since Anne of Green Gables.
Nice one.
Yeah, I did. Make sure to stick around for our sports cage when we talk Canadian rugby with Adam Kleberger and Pat Riordan. But first, let's talk a little hockey, Jeff.
Of course we will, Paul. And when you think of Phoenix, Arizona, you think baseball and golf. Not about hockey, but that is the home of Victoria Grizzlies rookie forward Ryan Francis. Now, for Francis, hockey has been part of his life since the day he was born because his grandfather is not only in the NHL Hall of Fame, but helped revolutionize the game as we know it today. Magic Mike Walker has the story.
It's not often a kid growing up in the heart of the desert has ice in his blood. But for Grizzlies rookie Ryan Francis, the game quite literally runs in the family.
I'm lucky enough to have the opportunity for my dad to be coached by my dad, who coached the Coyotes and stuff. So coming up here, it's a great opportunity.
So he's got a lot of hockey smarts. Good kid. He's just we're working his way into the lineup. We weren't sure what we were going to see, but he's a real gritty kid. Works hard every night, and he'll be fine.
Ryan's father, Bob, played 14 games with the Detroit Red Wings in the early 80s before earning the Jack Adams Trophy as the best coach in the NHL during his 2002 season behind the bench in Phoenix. But the connection doesn't stop there. Ryan's grandfather, Emile Francis, is one of hockey's most storied builders.
Dear Montreal, Boston, Buffalo, Chicago, and the rest of our friends.
The Cat sat at the helm of the New York Rangers, Hartford Whalers, and St. Louis Blues during his coaching and general management career.
Because the new St. Louis Blues have put the check back in the Checkerdome.
That all followed 17 seasons playing in the NHL, a Hall of Fame career that includes one of goaltending's biggest innovations.
I used a first baseman's glove, put some extra leather on it. And he went out there, they said he couldn't use it, and he used why.
But even with all this history behind him, the 19-year-old doesn't feel pressure to succeed on the ice.
They've done a really good job not pressuring me, not forcing me to play hockey. Like if they say if I ever want to do something else, they're more than happy to go with my decision. But I mean, it's great to follow in the footsteps, hopefully.
The dream to always play in the NHL for any kid that plays hockey, and I think it's no different, especially if you have your dad that's played it. You might even get a little more of it, know a taste of it. So, I think that's a goal for everybody, and you just work hard, and you never know what route you're going to take to get there.
I mean, they're the first coach-son to win the Coach of the Year, and hopefully be grandfather, father, son. So it's my dream right there.
This portion of Game On brought to you by Sopranos Bar and Grill, where fans gather before and after the game.
Thank you, Mike. What kid didn't use a baseball glove in net?
Sure.
Growing up playing road hockey, you usually got the flimsy goalie glove.
Yeah.
And so you had to use the baseball glove. That was where it was at. That was old-time hockey, Jeff.
Toe Blake, Eddie Shore, Emile the Cat Francis. Nothing old about the most popular portion of our show.
What's that?
Our Plays of the Week.
Plays of the Week is brought to you by Spank It Sports, BC's largest selection of soccer, rugby, and football stuff.
Start with the rough stuff from down under. This must have not felt nice at all.
Ouch, but this did feel nice. Jordan Yance finds Andrew Smith in the end zone, and once again, the VI Raiders off to the BCFC final.
Canucks are trying to get back to the big dance as well. This will help Samuelson to Sedin for the sweet upstairs finish.
Let's not forget about those Royals. Taking care of the Rockets with a beauty from Lucas Krolik. Out of the penalty box, into the back of the net.
That's right. October's the best time of year in the Diamond. Nelson Cruz knows it, hitting the first walk-off grand slam in MLB playoff history.
Beauty.
Rangers are back in the World Series.
Now, one of several reasons you'll never find me mountain biking in South Africa. This guy,
Hey,
minding
now.
his own business,
Here we go.
gets
Whoa!
floored by an antelope. It's just tough going up Mun's Road for me.
Oh, I cannot see that enough.
Fantastic.
How about this absolutely incredible soccer goal from the German league? Aaron Derdiak takes the pass midair, lobs it to himself, and finishes with the upside-down bicycle kick. That is all kinds of wow.
And Dynamite, little action from the hard court, and Camosa Chargers ladies with the cheeky little tip to finish off the College of the Rockies.
Let's go, ladies. Even though the NBA's locked out, Rajon Rondo still finding highlight reels. Check out the no-look behind the backpack for the alley-oop. That is just sick, as the kids say.
SIC. Shout out to Montreal Alouettes quarterback Anthony Calvillo. Pro football's new all-time passing leader with the toss to Jamal Richardson. Too bad the ball ended up in the stands, but Calvillo gets the souvenir back, of course.
Finally got it. Finally back to the Save On Food Center for overtime finish to remember Kevin Sender to Jesse Zagragan. The Royals are first in the division after a wild weekend at home. All right, well, it's time for another short timeout here on Game On, but stick around for our sports cage when we open up the set to some of the Rugby Canada boys.
Yes, big boys.
Yes.
And one with a big-ass beard.
That's what it is.
That is coming up, but first a look at some island standings.
Standings are brought to you by Robbins Parking, proudly supporting local community and events.
Friendly staff, huge portions of tasty pub food, dancing, contests, prizes and giveaways, all your favorite games on the big screen, and a fabulous karaoke system with thousands of songs to choose from. Drop in for a beer and a burger, or stay for a great night out. Sopranos is the place to meet.
The total renovation of Jenner Chevrolet Buick GMC is almost complete. To celebrate, we're holding the Almost There Clear Out, like this brand new Chevy Aveo from only $9,990, or this Malibu from only $19,990. How about this extended cab GMC Sierra from only $19,990? And with GM rebates up to $10,000 or 0% financing, we're ready to clear out everything, including the kitchen sink. The Almost There Clear Out on now at Jenner Chevrolet Buick GMC.
1 in 3 homes on the market are bought or sold with the help of a RE/MAX agent. Community involvement, local knowledge, and doing a little more means more home buyers and sellers have more to smile about. RE/MAX. Outstanding agents, outstanding results.
Be on your way with Yellow Cabs of Victoria. Our GPS digital dispatch system gets a cab to you quick. For faster service in the Western communities, think Yellow.
Call 381-2222, Yellow Cab.
Space, the final frontier.
Aye, Captain. You can choose your space with a Serta.
Don't cling on to that old mattress. Dual Comfort Serta mattresses let you have softer, firm on the same mattress. Boldly dream like you never dreamed before. Beam on board to the side that's right for you. And at Dodge, set your savings for stunning.
Captain, you won't be undersold? Make it so. A logical choice. Live long and sleep.
I'm Daryl.
And I'm Christine.
We support local TV, and you're watching Check TV.
Hi, I'm Bill Welburn of Ocean Promotion. You're watching Vancouver Island's local television, Check TV.
Game On's Sports Cage is brought to you by Country Grocer. You'll feel like family.
Welcome back to Game On. You were in the sports cage, and Paul and I welcoming a couple biggins.
Looking up.
Yes,
today.
Exactly. From the national rugby team, we've got Captain Pat Riordan and Adam Kleberger, and yes, we've noticed the beard.
Yes.
Let's start with the beard. I mean, that's sort of been the talk of the country, and you started growing this, what, like 3 weeks ago? Is that what it was or something?
No, it's been about 8 months now. Started when I had a shoulder surgery.
use a straight blade razor to shave, so I figured I wouldn't be able to do that with a shoulder down, but yeah, it's definitely grown a lot faster than I would have expected.
How tough was it to get back into Canada with this thing growing on the
I
face?
had a couple extra questions at customs in the U.S.
I can imagine.
Yeah, what are you hiding in there, that type of thing. Let's talk about the Rugby World Cup, and obviously a little disappointing for you guys.
Yeah. A little bit disappointed the way we finished, to be honest with you. We had some pretty high expectations, and it's probably representative of what we thought the group was capable of.
Right.
That being said, I'm still really proud of the way the guys played, as individuals and as a team. You got guys like Adam, Aaron Carpenter, Phil McKenzie, lots of guys on the world stage showed what they were really capable of. And I think if you'd reversed the games and we played New Zealand first and Tonga last, and we'd finished with a win like that, we'd probably be a lot happier.
Would you say that the tie against Japan would be sort of
that was tough to take.
The biggest sort of?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Adam can add to this, but I thought the game against France for me was the most disappointing.
Really?
I felt like that 5 minutes before halftime and the last 10 minutes of the second half, we let them into a game.
Right.
We gave away a game there.
Yeah.
The Japan one, sort of weird. You come back and tie a game at the end. You didn't lose, which in the points system of a tournament is pretty important.
Yeah.
But who wants to tie?
No,
you didn't win either.
Well, you said it best. It was like kissing your sister or something.
Yeah. And I mean, Adam, what was it like over there, the reception for you guys? Because I know over here people were going crazy, but I know a lot of people made the trip and they came to cheer on Canadian rugby, and it seemed like you guys just had so much support over there in New Zealand.
Yeah, I mean, especially in that first game. I mean, we didn't expect it really coming into it because we were in New Zealand, far away from home. But just there was a lot of people from Canada who came out and had the flags, and then every game after that, there was a lot of beards in the crowd.
Yeah. Fear the beard
was
campaign started going.
Yeah, it definitely was, I think, bigger than us guys with the beards.
Right, yeah.
But, yeah, no, I mean, it's great to see in the stands, great for the fans to have something to identify with, and then hopefully bring in some new fans, and then once they watch the game, I think it's a hard game not to like.
Yeah, and I think that's a pretty good indication of the hospitality Canadian fans said they were getting down New Zealand.
Yeah.
Everybody I talked to said it was just awesome.
Cool.
And I think a big part of that is the play of the guys. The New Zealand public really got behind the Canadian team.
Yeah.
A lot of the people were saying we were sort of their second team.
Really?
And that's the beards.
Yeah, partially, yeah.
But I think because of that, people really got behind us, and they were really hospitable to Canadian fans.
Do you think that rugby is starting to get its place in this country, Adam? As far as I mean, it's just sort of been in the back sort of a little bit, but I think that people are really starting to recognize this great program we have and just how exciting the sport is.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time we've really had it nationally televised in quite a while. I think the last one would have been 8 years ago, the World Cup 8 years ago. So just having the exposure to the rest of the general public, I think, makes a big difference. And then hopefully we can move on from there.
But Pat, how do we move on from there? Because I think every 4 years we get excited about it, but how do we keep the public excited about it? How do we get young people playing the game? Because I think that's where, I mean, you look at these powerhouses like New Zealand and France, and these guys are breeding these rugby players since they're 5, 6 years old. How do we do that?
Yeah, well, I think you touched on two important points there. You've got this sort of swell of momentum and attention right now. So how do you keep it going without dipping down 4 years from now, right? And Adam said it, you got to get the game on TV. Whether it's Canada playing or somebody else playing, it's got to be on TV.
Right. Sure.
That's how kids see it. That's how parents see it. That's how parents understand, hey, this is a real sport. This isn't some real fringe sport that nobody in the world plays except for beer drinkers, right? And the second part is how do we grow the game and keep people playing? And I think they sort of tie in. You get the attention going. Imagine if we had a home game in this country within the next 2 months.
Right.
It would be packed, right? Sure. So we've got to be playing games at home, and we've got to be playing, and we've got to market our product, right? Yes. The national team is the product at the moment, and this program they're starting out in Langford is going to be huge for that. We're going to get some games going out there. They've got the women's program is going to be centralized out of there. And I think that's huge. Those girls are fantastic role models. And not just athletes, but community members. I'm blown away at how active they are. They're all out in the community, they're volunteer, and they're involved with kids sport, stuff like that. A lot of the guys who make it to the top level, they're the same guys who coach mini rugby, who coach the kids. They help out at the club. They do stuff like that, and it's it's the culture of the sport, the work you do. So I think there's some great role models in the team, and people start realizing, hey, this is a real sport. My kids can make a future of this. They can enjoy it. They can travel the world just like Adam and I have done.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
All right, let's talk about beard. Let's
Yeah.
talk beard, and tomorrow,
That's
what
right.
time and
Rick
what's going on?
Mercer,
Rick
2 o'clock tomorrow. He's going to be shaving this thing off, which must be a bit of a relief for you.
Ready for that?
Yeah,
Shear
I think
the
it's
beard.
I think it's about time for the beard to go. It's been a while. So.
Are you excited about it? I mean, proceeds going to some worthwhile charities. For
Yeah,
sure.
no, I think it's going to be great. The 2 charities that I've chosen to support are the Christchurch earthquake victims, and then the Movember Canada campaign.
Yeah, very cool. What goes hand
What
in hand.
about tell them about your buddy back in White Rock who wanted to make a cast of it?
Well, this is through my club in White Rock, where I grew up, Bayside. They wanted to try and figure out some way to make a cast of it so they could hang it on the club wall.
Really?
But I think they might have to settle for a couple of the clippings instead.
I don't know. I was thinking I could probably make a toupee out of that.
There's got to be something hiding in there for sure.
It's got to be perfect.
I want to ask you about, I mean, you guys, obviously you've been watching the World Cup, and now it's going to be France, New Zealand in the final. Just a touch on who do you think is going to win?
I guess for me, I think New Zealand's been the most consistent team. I was hoping it would be a New Zealand-Wales final because I think in the whole tournament they've been the 2 most consistent teams. But I think you got to have the consistency to be a championship team.
Cool,
Pat?
Yeah, I think New Zealand's going to win it. I had fought South Africa.
Yeah.
And you know that game they lost against Australia, they had all the ball, they had all the territory, all the possession, but they didn't score enough points.
Yeah.
So after that, I think it's going to be New Zealand. I can't see France living with it, and I think it's good not only because the tournament's in New Zealand. I think that's sort of a side note. I think the type of rugby they're playing, they are playing exciting rugby.
Yes.
They're moving the ball around lots, and you know it's good to see it. It will be, if it happens, it'll be good to see a team win by moving the ball around as opposed to kicking it.
Well, fellas, thanks for coming in today. I so appreciate you guys taking time on a Sunday to pop in and see us. And you know what? Let's get out and support our national rugby team, and you guys are going to be full-time members of this community. We are excited about that. And that is it. Another episode of Game On here on Check News. Of course, each and every Sunday night, 6:30 and 10:30 on the Big 6. It is
Game On. Fear the beard. Good night.
Fear the beard.